She spent 3 years planning her dream wedding. And I was right there with her. Every photographer, every color scheme, every venue decision. I was part of all of it. And then the invitation came. And I said no. No phone call, no explanation. Just a gift in the mail and a no. The silence that followed didn't just cost me a friendship. It made me realize something I really didn't want to face. Maybe she was never really my friend at all. Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're all doing good today. So today we're reading a post from the subreddit Relationships, and this one, honestly, got me. It's posted by a throwaway account, and the title is, "My friend isn't speaking to me after I RSVP'd no to her child-free wedding." Wow, okay, let's get into the full post. The OP starts by saying, "I know how this looks, I really do, but please just hear me out before you make up your mind." She's one of my oldest friends. We met when we were 18, 19 years old. Both of us were working in the modeling industry at the time, both young, just trying to figure life out. And that world is not easy. We went through some really dark stuff together. Substance abuse, eating disorders, all of it. The kind of things that bond people for life, or at least that's what I thought. So when she got engaged and started planning her wedding, I was genuinely happy for her. She had always wanted something big and beautiful, and that's exactly what she was building. An $80,000 wedding. A full gala. 3 years of planning. And she had me involved in all of it. She would call me about photographers, text me links to venues late at night, ask my opinion on colors and decorations. I was always there, always responding, always actually caring about how it would turn out, because she was my friend. And this was a big deal to her. And then she said it was going to be child-free. And look, completely fine. It's her wedding. She gets to decide who comes. I never had a problem with that part. But here's the thing. I have a daughter. She's almost 3. And when I started thinking about what actually going to this wedding would look like, it didn't add up. The flight is 6 hours one way, 12 hours total for a weekend. The plane ticket and hotel together would cost around $1,000. And for what exactly? For my husband to sit alone in a hotel room with our daughter while I go to a wedding by myself? Or for both of us to use up our only vacation days of the whole year, figure out childcare in a city we don't even live in, just to make it work? We're both lawyers. We already feel guilty about the time we don't get to spend with our daughter. Taking a full weekend away just felt too hard emotionally. Every single option felt awful. So we decided I would send a nice gift and skip the wedding. But here's where I made my mistake, and I'm owning this. I never actually called her and explained any of that. The reason I didn't is because every time the child-free topic came up, she made it very clear there were no exceptions. Like she would complain to me about her cousin asking if she could bring her kids and talk about it for weeks, like it was some kind of betrayal. I got the feeling she was bringing these things up specifically so I would understand. No exceptions means no exceptions, not even for me. About a year before the wedding, I did kind of mention that it would be tough for my family to make it work. And she literally just laughed and said, "You can leave your kid at home, figure it out." That was it. That was the whole conversation. So when the RSVP card arrived, my husband and I talked, agreed we couldn't make it work, and I checked the no box. I sent a really nice, expensive gift with it, and I honestly thought she would understand. People miss weddings. It happens all the time. I never demanded explanations from guests who couldn't come to mine. But the silence started immediately. Days went by, then weeks. No text, no call, no email, nothing. And in over 10 years of friendship, we had never gone that long without talking. I started getting really worried. So I reached out. Emails, voicemails, everything. Still nothing back. Then I made another mistake. I posted about it on Reddit asking for advice. And the response absolutely destroyed me. My comments got downvoted past -500. People were calling me spoiled, entitled, a bad mother, all of it. It was SOOO bad. I had to leave work early because I couldn't stop crying. Anyone who tried to give me balanced advice got buried too. It was rough. But some of what people said did actually get through to me. They had a point. From her perspective, I had been involved in planning her wedding for 3 years, and then I just mailed back a no with zero explanation. No call, no conversation, nothing. And whatever my reasons were, I had never given her the chance to even understand them. So I wrote her a long email. I apologized, genuinely. I told her I should have called, should have talked it through properly, should not have just assumed she would get it. I even offered to fly out Friday night, be there for her Saturday, and fly back Sunday, alone, without my husband or daughter, just to show up for her. I waited. That night, her fiancé called me, late. He was clearly drunk. And through all the yelling and name-calling, the real story came out. Every single one of her local friends had already decided not to come to the wedding. Not because of anything I did, because of her. Months of really bad behavior, saying things like, "I don't know how to interact with fat people. They make me uncomfortable," had pushed her entire friend group away. One by one, they had all quietly ended the friendships. Her fiancé was screaming at me that I ruined their wedding, kept bringing up how much money they had spent, told me I didn't deserve her as a friend. And sitting there listening to all of that, something just clicked. She never came to my wedding. Her husband's flying phobia. I understood that completely. No hard feelings at all. But she also never came to my baby shower, never sent a gift for it. She has never met my daughter, not once. In almost 3 years of my daughter's life, my so-called oldest friend had never been in the same room as her, never liked a single photo of her online. She had given me absolutely nothing during the biggest change of my entire life. And I had been so focused on whether I was letting her down that I never once stopped to ask, when did she stop showing up for me? Once the full picture came out, the comments shifted a lot. One person wrote, "The real story here is that she never went to your wedding, never went to your baby shower, and has never even met your 3-year-old. How is this one of your closest friends?" And honestly, that one hit hard. Another commenter said, "When she laughed and said, 'Figure it out,' that was your answer right there. She didn't want a solution, she just wanted you to do what she said." Someone else put it really simply. Friendship is a two-way street. I'd fly 6 hours for my best friend, but he'd also move things around to make sure we got time together when I landed. That's what it actually looks like. One person was even more direct. The only mistake she made was thinking this person was ever really her friend. And my personal favorite comment, her fiancé calling drunk to yell at a long-distance friend while the entire local friend group has already walked out, says everything. They really are perfect for each other. Pfft, yeah, right. Okay, so where do I actually stand on this? Honestly, OP made a real mistake. When someone has had you involved in planning their wedding for 3 years, you owe them a phone call before you mail that RSVP back with a no. Not to negotiate, not to ask for exceptions, just to talk, just to be honest. That part is fair. But everything else, everything that came out after? This friend was never really pulling her weight. She showed up during the modeling years when life was exciting and they were both young and figuring things out. She let OP fly out for her bachelorette party. She loved having OP's input on her wedding plans. But the moment OP's life became about being a mother, quieter, more domestic, less glamorous, the friend slowly stopped showing up. No visit, no baby shower, no gift, no meeting the daughter, nothing. And then the second OP didn't perform attendance at an expensive destination wedding. The friendship became a weapon. The drunk phone call from the fiancé is the part that really tells the whole story. That is not a heartbroken groom calling because he loves his bride and wants her friends to be there. That is someone who is angry that things didn't go the way they wanted. He wasn't calling to understand anything. He was calling to make OP feel small. And the fact that her whole local friend group had already walked away before any of this even happened? That's not a coincidence, that's a pattern. OP wasn't the problem here. OP was just the last person still trying. Sometimes the hardest thing a story can teach you is that the friendship you thought was real was only ever real from your side. All right, guys, that's it for today. If this story made you feel something, drop it in the comments. I want to know what you think. Did OP mess up? Was the friend always toxic? Or was it just two people who grew in completely different directions? Hit that like button if you enjoyed this one. Subscribe so you don't miss the next video. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Cheers.